The pace car is out for our SOVREN Group 3 race this morning here at Spokane County Raceway. And who are some people to watch out for? We've got a great mix of cars out here from the U.S. and abroad, and boy, some good engines out there, some good humming.
We'll hear the nicest sounds of the weekend, I think, in this group. What you see here is what you get. Those three guys up front will be leading. Randy Dumphy in that Ford Falcon, and Tom Cantrell in the orange Mustang, and then Big Dave Edelstein in the Corvette. It's a big block Corvette. Very good cars. And then behind them, these two BMWs that are behind them have had a heck of a race all weekend. Lori Lyford, who's Charlie Lyford's wife. Charlie was in the Formula Ford race. And John Murray will probably be racing very close. Terry Forland, these are very competitive groups. Cantrell has been the top dog, really, in the Northwest in the last about year and a half. But these other guys don't give away anything.
Well, if you're just waking up watching this, these engines will really wake you up. This is a good wake-up call for you.
They sure will. They're going to be making a lot of noise right by us as they really accelerate.
Well, that's one of the cars that's going to be making plenty of noise, too, is the 23 car. They're
all a little different, too. They all sound great, but they all sound a little different. The XKE is really the quietest of them.
The Jaguar?
Mm-hmm. You can see it there in second row. And then we're into the smaller sedan coupes.
And here we go, and with the early lead in the 69 Ford Mustang is Tom Cantrell. If you were going to have a dream about rush hour traffic, this is the best case scenario here.
Yeah, I'll say, or a nightmare, I don't know.
Maybe a cop's worst nightmare. You see Porsches, Challengers, Mustangs, BMWs, Alfa Romeos, Corvettes. Datsun is in there as well. What don't we have here? An MG. We've had our share of those as well today.
Yeah, we have.
Cantrell in the number 23 car, making the turn right in front of our vantage point. Might have a new addition there on the 72 car. Have them listed here.
Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's Dave Edelstein, I believe. The silver Corvette. Yeah, that's Dave Edelstein.
Okay.
He's a top Corvette guy, and he'll do his best to uphold the honor of the mark, but these two Fords will give him all he can handle, that's for sure.
Boy, oh boy.
You can really hear the rumble. The Corvette makes a deeper rumble than the two Fords. It's a very exciting noise that leading Mustang makes, though. It's almost like a ripping fabric.
Now, those are car enthusiasts who can listen to a car coming from a mile away and know exactly.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, you talk about sensory overload if you were here at the raceway. Kind of a little bit of everything, as we said.
It's funny, the BMWs, they make a nice sound themselves, but they're just going to be totally overshadowed here.
Again, here comes that Ford Mustang, driven by Cantrell, followed by the 72 car, Edelstein, and in third, the 24 car driven by Randy Dumphy, the 65 Ford Falcon. So two Fords packed up in that top three right now. What kind of speeds are we going to see out here today on the straightaway?
They'll be doing 130, I'm sure, or maybe even 140. These cars can haul. And they're the cars that you can make a little mistake and get right back up to speed. You've got enough power. There'll be some lapping here too, which can make it interesting.
Boy, especially you see see a Dodge Challenger, you'll see this Mustang. These are cars that they've been out here before, but they'll be doing drag races, and it's always fun to see them having to navigate those turns.
Oh, that to me is the whole thing. I love a race where you turn right and left, as opposed to NASCAR where you're just turning left all the time. This adds so many new dimensions to the whole thing. And
again, these cars are doing what they were born to do, what they were built to do, and they're doing it very well.
So many of these cars, you know, even their production cars, that they were tested on a racetrack. A lot of their components before they ever saw the street. Oh,
look at that! We've got a lead change here now.
Dave. Yep.
Dave Edelstein in the 72 has overtaken now the Ford Mustang driven by Tom Cantrell. And coming in hot, the 24 car as well, and that Ford Falcon, Randy Dunphy.
That Falcon looks like it's been driven right on the edge, a little more than the first two cars, but they're all on the edge. And then look here in the BMW, it's a heck of a race there.
We've got our packs here. We've got about 3 or 4 pockets right now. We've got the Porsches all grouped together. A couple close calls as well, navigating those turns. I mean, you got to squeeze every inch out of the car and the track as you can right now.
Yeah, that's right. And there's not a lot of room for error among those leaders.
Boy, oh boy, what a sight, them coming down that straightaway.
Just a little bit loose, just enough to make it exciting.
Yeah. I mean, if it gets your blood pumping watching, I can only imagine what it's like being in the driver's seat.
Yeah. I've only been along a passenger in some of these cars. I've never driven a car like that on the track. It's very exciting. Things come up awfully fast.
And this is a 2.25 mile track. This race will last 20 minutes in this SOVREN Group 3 race. And there's your leader, number 72, Dave Edelstein. And the second place runner right now, Tom Cantrell, gaining a little ground, putting some separation between them and Randy Dunphy in the 24 car, the 65 Ford Falcon. What a contrasting style between the two cars as well. And again, you get to see a little bit of everything here. It's great to see them running side by side. We've seen kind of the groupings now between the two different car makers, but you know, nice to see a little contrast between two different styles of cars.
Right. Well, you can see there's a lot of nationality racing here. The Japanese and Italians, Germans, British.
It's like a United Nations summit out here.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking with their engines. No translation needed.
And it's all American up front. USA, USA.
What kind of car is Dave Edelstein driving in that 72?
That's a Corvette, big block Corvette. Dave's a former drag racer, East Coast drag racer, and started road racing when he came out here about 7 or 8 years ago. And he is very, very fanatic. He and Cantrell will be at every race. They never miss a race. Very enthusiastic racers. Very nice, mild-mannered men off the track. Oh boy, look at this.
On that turn, look at that.
Oh,
trying to make his move is Cantrell.
Yep.
Boy, oh boy, this is what it's all about.
That's not
like he was going to take the inside turn there.
Yep. Well, that's not an easy car to get around. That Corvette's a pretty broad car.
It's like trying to shop in the grocery aisle with 2 shopping carts. Might knock over a couple cans along the way. The Alfa Romeos are in their own little group, Porsches as well. But all eyes right now on the top 2 cars in the front of the pack.
It's too bad that Del McKenzie's Mustang, which just went by us, started last. He'd probably be right with Randy Dunphy in 4th. But he got a late start. But he's moved up through the pack. This car right here is on the screen now, is the one I'm referring to. The very pretty And also very noisy blue Mustang.
65,
Yes.
driven by Del McKenzie. Good looking car, too.
Yeah, it's another great sound.
I bet there are a few people at home right now who are going, I wish the play-by-play guy would just pipe down a little bit so I can hear the hum of those cars. Right from our vantage point, you see he's still holding on to that lead in the Corvette, the silver Corvette. Dave Edelstein in the 72 car, followed by Tom Cantrell in his 69 Mustang, number 23. You talk about nobody or having nobody to race with. That's the situation right now with Randy Dunphy. And, you'd alluded to that. It would be nice to see another car with him. He's got a big gap between him and the front two, and then even bigger gap between him and the rest of the field.
He's got a heck of a view of this race up front. I'll tell you, Dave Edelstein is doing a great job. Cantrell is usually ahead of him. Dave is doing a really fine job today. There's that Datsun out there, local guy Jake Tesh. 240Z is doing well. Ahead of a lot of these other cars.
A couple Datsuns there, 70 to 72. The 72 driven by David Jaremko.
Well, this is what I love about road racing. You don't know what you're going to see next. You know, their leaders are out of sight right now, so you can feel the tension building. Who's going to come out and lead? To me, that's
still
really
1-2. Look at that.
Oh boy! Wow, worth waiting for.
Well, Cantrell is really riding him right now. He's going to make him sweat up there in that lead car.
You bet.
I think we've got the best view in the house right here. The best seat in the house is every time and time again, when they come around that turn. Edelstein has been 1-2 with Cantrell. Boy, sometimes I have to remind myself to keep talking. You end up being a spectator. This is just a sight to be seen.
It sure is. It's a great sight.
So there again, Edelstein and Cantrell in the Corvette and the Mustang.
And there's some terrific racing going on back in the pack too. These BMWs are have been neck and neck the whole way.
Where else are you going to find three BMWs side by side, and then right after that you have a beautiful blue Mustang purring right behind him.
You're right, it's hard to take your eyes off the monitor here. We're watching the leaders.
Those are those BMWs. You got three of them, John Murray, Lori Lyford, and Terry Forlan. 67, 69, and 68 respectively. All grouped together, and they'll probably stay together. And here we go. This might be the opportunity to take the lead, and there it is. Tom Cantrell with a gutsy move and takes the turn on the inside and overtakes the leader, Dave Edelstein. So it's the 69 Ford Mustang driven by Tom Cantrell in the lead.
But not by much.
How long will it last? Because this is where Cantrell had lost some ground coming around these two turns.
Now they're into traffic now. This will be fun.
Cantrell with another aggressive take there. Yes. Able to gain some ground there.
I think so. That might have been the race right there. That nice move there around using another car to block.
Well, he'll be able to open it up now here on the straightaway coming up. And here he comes. They'll be coming in hot on the 35 car, a 72 Alfa Romeo GTV, driven by Kevin Shaha, excuse me. And if there's going to be a move made by Dave Edelstein, it's going to be after that initial curve and right from our vantage point here at the broadcast tower.
Right. Boy, there's so much other fun racing going on. It's hard to keep your eyes on it, though, when you got a race like this at the top.
You have the BMWs just going tight. Here we go. And Cantrell with some more ground now to be gained as he navigates that turn. And yet, you know what? You might be right. That might be where the race has been won. And Edelstein is having some difficulties overtaking the next car that stands between him and Cantrell.
Well, he says, tell everybody out there, hold your line. Don't try to move over to make room. But that means, of course, that you're occasionally going to block somebody. But that's by far the safest way to conduct this race. Is don't try to move out, try to move over, because that might be where the guy's trying to get around you.
All you're asking for is consistency.
Yes. You got to be able to predict what people are going to do.
Well, Edelstein, as you could see, was able to overtake that car as he was lapping it. And so Edelstein running in second behind Tom Cantrell, your leader in the 1969 Ford Mustang. Might be a good opportunity to focus on some of the other races going on. You see the BMWs.
And that Mustang of McKenzie's got in between them.
Like the old Sesame Street, one of these things is not like the other. Sticking out like a sore thumb.
That's great. One of them does not belong.
Yeah.
I think they may be moving in on the XKE a little bit as well, who's in fourth.
The 1969 Jaguar XKE, Mark Adams. Well, remember, there are those wild cards. There are those X factors right now. So if Cantrell has a hard time navigating his way through the field, no problem there on his pass. And Dave Edelstein will have to follow suit now. Cantrell passing that Porsche. Uh-oh, Cantrell.
Oh, boy.
Out on the line. He's got to get back out there quick.
Yep.
Look out.
Oh, boy.
He's lost the lead.
That's what we're talking about, momentum. You lose a little bit there. Oh, gosh, that was that was fun. Didn't he lose it when he was trying to pass that back marker?
That's, from my vantage point, that looks like exactly what happened. So Edelstein now the leader for now. Dave Edelstein in his Corvette, the 72 car, has taken the lead from Tom Cantrell, who slipped on that last turn. He's lucky, Cantrell is, that he was able to navigate, get right back down there, and quickly enough.
It was a nice recovery.
Uh-oh, look out.
Wow.
Cantrell's going to make another move there. Nope, cut off at the last second.
Boy, the race is dwindling down here. He's going to have to make a move right now.
This is the last lap. It's going to come down to it.
Well, we're going to see it like we were saying about road racing. The tension's gathering as they appear over the hill.
They are about to come over the hill on that second longest straightaway. And then a hard right turn. So here we go. Edelstein trying to hold off Cantrell. Cantrell on the inside. Oh! And Edelstein spins out. He's able to navigate his way back on the track, though, immediately. But Cantrell takes the turn and hangs on, and he should take the checkered flag. But don't forget, he's got that one last hard turn to take. We'll see how aggressive he gets here.
Now there was racing, folks.
The hard part is behind him, and Cantrell, it's his race to lose. Wow.
Right in front of us. Thank you.
And Dave Edelstein, meanwhile, off the track, and disappointing for him, but boy, oh boy, that's why you come out here and race.
That he was giving it his best, you have to say. He knew Cantrell was going to try to move inside of him there.
There is the checkered flag taken by Tom Cantrell in his 1969 Ford Mustang.
A well-earned victory. I feel bad for Dave, though. He wasn't able to get going again.
Woo! That was fun.